production of Fiddle on the Roof. So please, Broadway. So can you please give a big round of applause and warm Halloween welcome? I don't hear it. Yes. For Austin. Oh, Austin Sheldon.
Okay, two songs. Each song has around it a thing of a first time. The first song is by Richard Rodgers, and it was the first song he wrote when he had to write on his own after the death of his great collaborator, Oscar Hammerstein. And Richard Rodgers was looking forward to what he could do now. Okay. What do I really hear? What is in the ear of my mind? Which songs are true and clear, and which can never really be defined? The sweetest sounds I've ever heard are still inside my head. The kindest words I'll ever know are waiting to be said. The most entrancing sight of all is yet for me to see, and the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere for me. The sweetest sounds I'll ever hear are still inside my head. The kindest words I'll ever know are waiting to be said. The most entrancing sight of all is yet for me to see, and the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere for me. Now, this next and last song is the, I was the first person ever to sing this song. Let's put it that way. Okay. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, God took a Daniel once again, stood by his side, and miracle of miracles, walked him through the lion's den. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, I was afraid that God would frown, but like he did so long ago in Jericho, God just made a wall fall down. When Moses softened Pharaoh's heart, that was a miracle. When God made the waters of the Red Sea part, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is that out of a worthless lump of clay, God has made man today. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, God took a tailor by the hand, turned him around, and miracle of miracles, led him to the promised land. When David slew Goliath, yes, that was a miracle. When God gave us manna in the wilderness, that was a miracle too. Out of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is the one I thought could never be. God has given you to me.
This great recording with Zero Mostel and yes, with Austin. Wow, it seems like quite a while though. That was an additional song to the show.
That song was added into the show very closely before we opened in New York. I had another song called Now I Have Everything. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was a good song. And Bert Convey, who was playing the revolutionary Perchik, had a song that wasn't working at all, even with Bert Convey singing it, which gives you some idea that it was not a good song because he was quite something. Finally, they got the idea that maybe in the first act I would sing Now I Have Everything. In Act 2, Bert would sing a whole different version of Now I Have Everything. I mean, the melody the same, the theme the same, but the orchestration different, the rhythm different, everything different. So the first time that we tried that in Detroit, I sang in the first act, he sang his version in the second act, he got, of course, a huge hand, and then in the silence, a woman was heard to say, Morris, didn't the little Taylor sing that in the first act? And so Bert got very frustrated because some kind of variation on that got said every night. Finally, on the plane from Detroit to Washington, Bert said to the assistant director, to Mr. Jerome Robbins, he said, can't you just write another song for Austin? So we got to New York, or we got to Washington, and Sheldon Harnick, it was the days of the Gideon Bible, went to his hotel, flipped through the Old Testament, and wrote that song.
What's the name of the play on the second stage that you directed?
Oh, I didn't direct any of these things.
Second stage.
And second stage, Between Riverside and Crazy.
Sheldon Harnick is around. Are you in touch with Sheldon?
Well, he passed just
Oh, see, I didn't even know this.
a few months ago, at the age of almost 100 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,